All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. First off, my name is Bryant Strozinski. I'm the marketing manager here at EZFacility, and today we are very excited to have the opportunity to have Tim Sarazin, who is the Director of Operations for 97 Display, who is the premier internet marketing provider for the martial arts and fitness industries, with us to talk about some web conversion, lead, internet marketing best practices. Plus, Tim is just an all-around great guy. So let me just make Tim the presenter.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Timothy. And we've got some more people that are filing in. And some of you may be in, like, you've dialed in. And I'm going to be honest, if you have any way of getting in front of a computer, I am showing a couple slides in this presentation that will give so much more value to you. For the next 30 to 45 minutes, we're talking about websites, and this is stuff that you can implement now into your current website that can actually make a big difference. And I'll hop into the details, but for the meantime, if you are in front of your computer and you can hear me and everything looks good, do me a favor, click on the questions tab and just go ahead and type in something like, hey, I'm here, I can hear you, all sounds good. This is an interactive webinar, right? We're going to do questions at the end where we can dive into some specific stuff. Another thing you can do is there's a button that says raise your hand if you're familiar with GoToWebinar, and you can raise your hand if you are unable to type questions or you don't know how to find that box. So do me a favor, guys, type in the question box, hey, I can hear you, all looks well. If indeed all looks well. Okay. All right. So my name is Timothy, and I'm with a company called 97 Display. And the reason why I am here to help you all today is because my team and I have been able to manage about 550 fitness websites. And in that amount of time, I've seen fitness websites that get a ton of leads, that give a ton of exposure, and the company is able to grow because of this website. In addition to that, I've seen people that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on their websites without a clear return on investment. So today, I'm going to show you 5 case studies, different websites that have some good things and websites that have some bad things, and then some actionable items that you can take today and implement into your current sites. Again, this is an interactive, okay? So type in your questions if you're in front of a computer. If you have something that you want some more clarification on, no worries at all. Just type a question in there and I'm happy to help. Okay, so you're here today. The topic of this webinar is 5 conversion case studies. And I went over why 97 Display has the data to be able to help you with that. But for you, I want to talk about what's the point? Like, what's the point of your website? So let's clarify something. I believe the point of your website is to give you exposure for your business and to generate leads for your business. And leads actually can turn into money, real revenue for your fitness business. So what's possible? I think you should listen up. You should listen up because even if you don't know anything about websites, even if you feel like, okay, I've got this great website, it is working awesome for me, and I don't really need any help, you need to listen up because there are real people like this guy, Jake Thompson. He said, I've got a great testimonial for you. I've just made $11,000 in new business from my website this month. These kinds of numbers are possible. And what is his business? He's got a fitness business, just like many of you. He offers personal training. He has a gym. And there's a huge demand, and that demand for fitness services is growing. So your website has the potential to be your #1 revenue stream for your business. And if it's currently not, well, we can do some improvements. This information is for everyone, whether you know zero about websites or you know a lot of stuff about websites. This information is for you. And you're going to be able to take this and apply it on your sites and hopefully generate some more leads. So I'm also wanting to talk about conversions, okay? How to improve your website's performance through conversion. So what is a website conversion? A website conversion is someone that clicks to your website and then does what you want them to do. So homework item number 1, go to your website, and what are you asking your visitors to do? Are you asking them to like your Facebook page? Are you asking them to subscribe to your newsletter? Are you asking them to download a free ebook about something? I would just look at your website, and number 1, are you asking them to do something? And if you are, what? And is that actually what you want them to do? Like, subscribing to your newsletter is great, but is that the number 1 thing you want them to do? So let's talk about how to improve website conversions and to get more visitors actually doing the things that you want them to do. Let's get started with number 1. It's called the first fold. Now, what is the first fold? The first fold is when you go to a website and the first thing you see, so like you're on an iPad, right? Whatever is on the screen at the top of your website that appears, that a visitor sees, that is your first fold. And your first fold is the most important part of your website in terms of conversion. Guys, I've got a couple more attendees hopping in here, okay? I want to back and pause up for a second. This is interactive, so go ahead and type into the question. Say, hey, I can hear you. Everything looks good. Ready to rock and roll. If you have questions, type questions. We are talking about website conversions. For you latecomers, if you missed the beginning, don't worry. There'll be a recording afterwards. EZFacility will email it straight to you. Okay, so we are a gathering of fitness businesses trying to increase the conversions of your fitness websites. And I have been able to accumulate a lot of data specifically for fitness businesses to help them do just that, increase their website conversions. And we're on point number 1 called first fold. The first fold is what people see on your website. So what should you have on the first fold? It's the first thing your visitor sees, and it's the most important. Okay, so let's use an analogy as to why this is so important. Let's imagine that there is a new cupcake shop that just opened up in your town. Let's say you live in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where I am from. So let's say you're in Winston-Salem, there's a new cupcake shop, and you decide you want to go scout it. Okay, so you're in your car, and you're sitting, and you're watching this cupcake shop. And let's say that you see someone walking down the street, and they walk into the cupcake shop, and then they turn around, and they walk right back out. You'd be like, okay, that's a little weird. Let's say a minute later you see someone else walking down the street, they walk into the cupcake shop, they turn around, they walk right out. And then let's say you're sitting in your car and you see it happen over and over and over and over again. What would you begin to think about that cupcake shop? You probably think, well, the cupcake shop isn't doing a very good job, number 1. Number 2, the cupcake shop isn't what these people are looking for. These people are looking for cupcakes. They go to this place. Well, it's not the business for them. Ladies and gentlemen, Google is stalking your website right now. Technology has literally gotten to the point where Google is tracking user behavior on your website. So if someone searches personal training or gym or fitness facility of something, sporting complex, whatever your business is, in your city, so personal training in Winston-Salem, and then they go to your website and they go and they click back, Google's like, I was just searching, this person was just searching for personal training in Winston-Salem, went to this website and clicked back. I guess they didn't find personal training in Winston-Salem. Now, multiply that by 1,000, and suddenly Google's like, okay, this website is not delivering the proper results for those search terms, therefore we're going to show another website. So your first fold is important not only for your conversion, but for your optimization in search engines. If you have a poor conversion rate, Google will choose not to display your website in search results. And you have about 4 seconds when someone clicks to your site to convince that person that they're in the right place. So we've established your first fold is important. We've established why it's important. And let's talk about a couple strategies and some big issues that people have. So I'm going to hop into another analogy here. I'm a big storyteller. So my second analogy is called First Date with a Narcissist. Okay? Let's say I go to your website and you are a personal trainer. If the first thing out of your website's mouth, right, the first thing that appears in the text, the first thing they read is about you, you're not going to hook them. You're not going to pique their interest. So let's say I go on a first date and I'm sitting across the table from this pretty girl and I'm like, hey, my name is Timothy. I am awesome. I have won so many awards for dating in my town. In fact, I've helped over 500 people date me in the last 5 years. I have this award and this award and this award, and these news stations all talk about me because I'm the best. And look at my body. I'm going to take my shirt off and show a picture of myself. Okay, that's a narcissist. So imagine if instead on the first date, I sit down and I talk about what are your goals for this date? What are you trying to accomplish? Probably the date would go a little bit better. Okay, that is a clear and compelling value proposition. And so many times on people's websites, they think about their websites as like their personal billboard. Okay, but your website on the home page isn't about you. It's about, is your visitor at the right place? And can they achieve what they're trying to accomplish at your website? So create a clear and compelling value proposition. Say you're in the right place for this service, and we can help you do it. Now do this action. So let's look at a couple website examples. Number one, this guy, Chris Keith, kind of what I was talking about. He is a San Diego personal trainer. Chris Keith, if you're on this call today, I'll help you out, buddy. I almost guarantee you that he's got a ton of traffic, but no conversions. Why? Look at this website. We've got a ton of things to grab our attention. We've got social media. We've got a phone number. We've got voted San Diego's best. Look at all these awards. Look at him. Now, I'm an average guy. If I go to his website and I need to take my fitness level to the next level, I'm trying to improve my health, my whatever I'm trying to accomplish, and I see this, I'm thinking, number one, he's way out of my league. Number two, he's probably crazy expensive. Number three, like, I'm not there yet. I've got some flab, right? He's going to crush me if I call him, okay? So does this speak to me as a consumer? Not at all. Does this number two, what is it asking me to do? What is this website asking me to do? Get updates by email, learn to be healthy. There's no clear call to action. And we have here something I call the paradox of choice, which is there's so many things that I can do, I don't do anything at all. You understand how detrimental this is to Chris Keith's business, right? I don't know who he is, and I would love for him to call me so I can sell him a website and help generate more leads, because that's what this is all about, right? So he gets a ton of traffic, but he doesn't get any leads, because his website isn't asking his customers to do anything at all. So homework item number one, go to your website. Do you have a ton of different calls to action? Are you confusing your visitors? Or do you have a clear and concise value proposition and instructions on what to do next? Let's look at another website example. We're going to the other end of the spectrum. These guys are in Chicago, Hi-Fi. They are a fitness and personal training facility. They do group fitness and personal training. This website isn't asking me to do anything at all. Look, there's no call to action. There's no text. It's just, and I get it. They got a professional photographer to come out and took some beautiful pictures that are really cool. But think about these guys that made their website. Where is their mind? Is their mind, oh man, look at this cool picture of me throwing a tire. I want to show it off. Or is their mind, someone is searching personal training in Chicago and they're coming to my site? What do they want? What are they looking for? Because again, I'm an average guy. I'm not ready to be flipping tires. A girl there, I'm an average guy. I can't do that acrobatic stuff. So you're going to get visitors that are beginning the journey of their physical fitness, and now I've scared them off. If I look at this place, number one, I don't even know what kind of business there are. Number two, I'm going to be scared off, and they're not asking me to do anything at all. Ask me to do something. Granted, I could click around. I could click around and see what this business is, right? But, again, you've got about 4 seconds before someone clicks that back button, and what happens if someone clicks the back button? Google's like, ooh, they didn't find what they were looking for, and that's going to hurt your SEO. Okay, to my people that are hopping in, or to my people that have to leave, this is being recorded, so guess what? You're going to get a recording in your inbox. Excellent, right? So you can view all this stuff and you can apply it to your website. Let's look at another website example. Now, I'm a little biased because this is a 97 display website. So my team created this website, like we've created hundreds of fitness websites before. So a couple things I love about this. Number one, transform your life with personal training and nutrition in Barnett and Camden. It's personable to me. If I live in those cities and I'm looking for those things, I know I'm at the right place. Clear call to action. Request more information, right? I know what they want me to do. If I watch that video, there's another lead form. I know what they want me to do. Okay, this website has a high converting rate because the people that look at it, they feel I'm in the right place and I know what they want me to do. Okay, do you see the difference there? And do you see how important your first fold is? I spent the most amount of time on this first point because it is so critical. So homework item number one, look at your first fold. Do you have a clear and compelling value proposition, right? Or are you just using it as your own personal billboard, right, to brag about yourself or not say anything at all? Look at your first fold. Okay, point number two. Load speeds. Now this is a little bit technical and I don't actually expect anyone here to be able to do anything about it. However, let's ask some strategic questions. Number one, go to your website and see how fast it loads and then compare it against this graph. So this is a graph from Kissmetrics, which is a really great analytics company. And they observed how long will someone wait for a page to load. And they found that if it takes 4 seconds, you're losing 25% of your visitors. They're clicking the back button. And we know why that back button is so bad. So are you happy with the speed in which your page loads? A couple things to think about. Number one, if you take a beautiful picture and it's a high definition and you upload it to your site, guess what? Someone's going to have to download that, okay? And so find ways to compress it. Think before you just upload a massive file. If you're on the other side of the world, right, there's ways that you can have a closer server. And really the risk grows as your business grows, okay? So if you've got a business and you're getting 5 leads a month off your website, right, and then you grow as a business and your traffic increases, the risk increases. It's a percentage. Now, I don't actually expect anyone here to be able to increase your load speeds, but what I do expect you to do is, number one, are you paying someone for your website? Are you paying someone to do it, to manage it? And if so, ask them, hey, what are you doing to make sure that my website loads quickly? That's a valid question to ask, and this is a really short point, but it's becoming more and more important. And how, if you're getting 10 leads a month, right, and your website loads in 4 seconds plus, you want to increase your leads by 25%. You're losing 25% of them just because your website takes 4 seconds to load. So ask your webmaster, hey, what are they doing to increase your load speeds? And am I doing? There's a couple tests online, like, hey, how fast does my website load? Can I improve it? Any improvement there will increase your retention rate, which will then increase your leads. Point number 3, traffic patterns. I love this point because it makes sense and no one really thinks about it. So let's look at this. Let's go back to my analogy of the cupcake shop. Someone's walking down the street to go into the cupcake shop. You know, probably that cupcake shop will want to advertise to those people on their journey to their front door, okay? So maybe they put up a little sign, hey, cupcakes are awesome, or hey, you need that frosting. Who knows what it is? But the point is, if you know where your leads are going to go, would it make sense to delight them on that journey? So I've got news for everyone that's attending this webinar and that is watching the recording. I know where your clicks are going to go. How do I know that? Well, I manage hundreds of fitness websites around the globe. And this is a screenshot of global traffic from 97 Display fitness websites last winter. See that New Year's resolution? That really has nothing to do with this point, but it's an interesting concept, right? You see Christmas, the dip behind that, and then you see the New Year's. Pretty cool, right? So something to think about. If your website is underperforming and you don't get it fixed before the New Year's, you're missing out because people are searching and they want what you have to offer if you're a fitness business. Okay, so that top line is homepage traffic globally across all our sites. The second line is the next click. So someone comes to your website and then they click somewhere else. So here's a little analogy to it, right? They come to your home page and now they're going to click to your second page. They could click on any of your pages. I know statistically that 80% of your traffic is clicking to your reviews page. How do I know that? Well, I manage hundreds of fitness websites and that's the data. So number one, Do you have a reviews page? That's homework item number whatever we're on now. Do you have a reviews page? If not, you need one. So how can we improve our reviews page? So if 80% of your traffic, their next click is your reviews page, how can we make sure that we can make the best reviews page possible? Couple key points. How to improve your reviews page. Number one, reviews are not testimonials. Testimonials are what you say about yourself. Reviews are what other people say about you. Now let's face it, it's your website. How in the world are you going to make it seem like other people are voluntarily saying things about you? You got a great concept. It's called incorporate your social media. Like I did in this presentation. Remember that first little screenshot with Jake Thompson, who owns that fitness gym in Florida? And I just put up the screenshot, hey, I've made $11,000 off my website. Okay, I didn't type that. He typed that. Here's another great example. People typing about 97 Display, echoing praise for 97 Display, made more than my investment back within 2 weeks. We were doing well before our website, but now we're at the next level. Okay, so this seems natural, right? Doesn't that seem a little bit more legitimate? Now, I could take that text and I could type it out, and you'd be like, oh, well, he's just bragging about himself. But I show a screenshot of other people talking about me, right? It's a little bit more meaningful. So go to your reviews page and see, can I screenshot some of my popular or positive reviews on social media? And can I just put them on my reviews page so it seems like people are really talking about me in real time, right? I have found that people that have done this on their sites have a higher conversion rate. And it's easy. And it's timeless because that date stamp on those screenshots, they're frozen. It's a screenshot, right? And it just seems more natural. Does that make sense? Is that an easy to understand concept? I think so. All right. Calls to action. So now you put these screenshots there. You've put some other text or videos. Now tell them what you want them to do. So many times we're so excited to brag about ourselves that we don't just tell the visitors what you want them to do. Cool. Be our next success story. Call now, request information. Whatever you want them to do, ask them to do it, and you're going to increase your conversion rate. It's quite simple as that. Just ask them to do what you want them to do. Okay, moving on to point number 4, improving your source traffic. Now, when I get to this point, and I've given this webinar a number of times now. I do it live. I travel around to lots of different fitness events. If you're in the fitness community, you can look me up online. And I travel to fitness events, and I give this presentation. And at this point, people are like, I thought you were going to tell me to change the color of my buttons, right? I thought you were going to tell me, oh, this is the magic phrase that you can type on your website and everyone will become a lead, right? Okay, so now I'm going to flip the tables on you a little bit. Where your clicks are coming from matters, okay? If your clicks come from Facebook, right? Wouldn't it make sense that your Facebook page be awesome, right? Or be built out with tons of reviews and likes. So my homework item for you with source traffic is, number 1, know where your clicks are coming from. Go to your analytics and see what's the number 1 source traffic to my site. So to clarify for people who maybe don't understand that terminology, your source traffic is if I'm on YouTube and I'm watching a video and then I click to your URL and now I appear at your website, YouTube was the source traffic, right? If I'm on Facebook, I found your page, I click on your website, Facebook was the source traffic. So I have found that some source traffic clicks convert at a higher rate than other source traffic clicks. And there is a million reasons why that could be the case, right? But I'm not going to dive into the psychology behind it. I'm going to just tell you your Google Plus page, clicks from your Google Plus page convert at a higher rate than clicks from any other source, okay? So why is this? Your company perception begins at first look. So what is a Google Plus page? Anyone here not know what that is? Let's check it out. This is a Google Plus page. We all have seen it before. You're searching online and you see the map and then you see those reviews. So let's revisit my friend, Mr. Chris Keith. For those of you that are just now joining, latecomers, we observed a guy in San Diego. He had a personal training website. Now let's think about that same website. We've got a couple ads up top, and then we have this personal training Google Plus listing. And if you look there closely, it's small, 36 5-star reviews. So think about this. I see that listing. I click to his website. Let's go back to his website real fast. I would just now look at his website. Now, I already have a positive perception of this guy's business because I clicked from a source that had 36 5-star reviews. Does that make sense? So let's go back to my analogy with a date, a narcissistic date. I'm on a date with this girl. I'm talking about myself. I'm showing her my abs. I'm showing all my awards. Okay? If that girl on the way to the date received 36 phone calls, hey, you're going on a date with Timothy? That's awesome. I went on a date and I gave him 5 stars. Okay? And then she hangs up. She gets another phone call. You're going on a date with Timothy? I give him 5 stars. Then when she shows up at that first date and I'm a total narcissist talking about myself, she might forgive me because the community is speaking well about me. All right, so she'll give me a second chance. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're here. Someone goes to your Google Plus page, Chris Kelly's, they're clicking on a site. They already have a positive perception of his business, right? Because the perception begins at first look. So if your Google Plus page is, number one, non-existent, you're missing out. If your Google Plus page exists but has 1 review, well, guess what? Clicks from that channel are thinking there's only 1 person that cares about you. And I'd like to think that there are more people that care about you than just 1. Okay? So improve your source traffic, improve your conversions. Isn't that a crazy concept that no one ever thinks about? So how can we improve our Google Plus page? And how can we get more quality traffic that's going to convert at a higher percentage? Let's check it out. Cool thing to realize about Google Plus. Google Plus and Facebook are in a battle. They are competitors, okay? And now they are a competitor for businesses. They want you to get more business from their channel than the other. Facebook wants you to get more business from Facebook. Google wants you to get more business from Google, right? Because then you're going to spend advertising dollars there. So as a result, Google is incentivizing business listings via Google+, and they are throwing it high up in the search engines. These clicks, that's a free click. That is a free listing. Chris Keith didn't spend a dime on that page, and he's getting lots of quality traffic that's going to convert at a higher rate because he's got a built-out page. Now, let's observe underneath there, San Diego Fitness. They've got 13 5-star reviews. Now, I have to believe that a business like San Diego Fitness in a highly populated area, surely more than 13 people would have left a 5-star review. What this is no, more people like San Diego Fitness, but San Diego Fitness isn't leveraging this tool to get more reviews to drive more traffic to converts at a higher conversion rate. So if San Diego Fitness called me up and said, hey, how can I improve my website? I would say, well, your competitor has 36 reviews and you have 13. Sounds like you need, 15 more reviews. Easy breezy. You can do it. I believe it. Call your mom and ask them to leave a review. So the number 1 ranking factor for Google Plus is number of 5-star reviews, and this is all relative. It's relative to your competition. If your competition has 1 review, well, then you only need 2. And if your competition has 15 reviews, then you need 16. So take a hard look at your competition and just get more reviews than them. Number 2, the completeness of your profile. Now let me rewind a little bit. I missed a point. The reason why I know how you can rank your Google Plus page better is because Google Plus is in a competition with Facebook. And Google Plus said, I'll tell you how to rank it higher. Here you go. Instructional guide, how to get your Google Plus page ranking higher. And now I'm giving you this information because you're in this webinar. Number 1, the number of 5-star reviews, more than your competition. That's the goal. Number 2, the completeness of your profile. You have no idea how many clients, how many fitness businesses call up 97 Display and they say, hey, how do I get my Google Plus page to rank? And I log into the Google Plus page and it's like, you've completed 50%. I'm like, why does Google want you to complete your Google Plus page? Because it's going to be more accurate information, and if they are delivering your business as a search query result, they want to share accurate information, and that goes into accuracy of your business information. So complete your profile and then provide accurate information. Now, most people are like, okay, well, that's an easy point. It's not as simple as that, because have you ever changed your business name? Have you ever changed your business address? Have you ever changed your phone number? If you've ever done any of those things, you need to make sure that your business listings, your Facebook, your website, your Google Plus page, all of those business listings, Yelp, have accurate business information. Because if someone's searching for personal training in San Diego, and here's your business, it says you're located at this address, but your website says you're located somewhere else, Google's going to be like, oop, discrepancy. If I send people to the site, they might end up at the wrong address. And what are they going to do? Not show people your site. So make sure your business information is accurate. And then finally, something we can't control, which is the proximity of the searcher. And we can't do anything about that. If someone is next door to your competitor, they're probably going to see your competitor. However, if you have more reviews than them, even if they're ranked number 1, their eye is going to catch to your 5 stars. We all love the golden 5 stars. It's an eye catch, and people think that you're a reputable business because of it. And it makes sense, right? All right. You guys ready for the next point? Number 5, your staff page. Okay, this is your chance to be a narcissist, okay? And at the beginning I talked about don't talk about yourself on your first fold. Now you can talk about yourself. So this is the 3rd most visited page on all of 97 Display's fitness websites. Our clients with no built-out staff page or an incomplete page typically see a lower conversion rate. And my suggestions for improving this is, number 1, make sure you have it. Number 2, make sure that it is built out. Make sure you have a professional picture. I mean, people just want to know that you're not some crazy guy lifting kettlebells in your mother's basement, right? That's what they want. They want to know you're professional, and they want to know that you have a clean, wonderful facility. It's also an opportunity to identify your target demographic and talk about it. So in my bio, when I'm bragging about myself, I can say something like, I've helped 30 to 60-year-old women achieve their fitness goals for the last 10 years through some of my innovative techniques in personal training. That's why you can trust me. And now the 30 to 50-year-old women are going to be like, ooh, this guy is for me. You can also make it personal. This isn't like a resume, right? Make it personal. My favorite success story in my biography, I can say that my favorite success story is when I helped this lady from this town, plug in a keyword, this lady from this town lose this amount of weight, and man, she just had a totally different life after working with me over the last couple of years. Fan for life. So you can make it personal. You can target your demographic. You can throw in some keywords, and then tell them what you want them to do. Are you interested in working with me? Right? Are you worried about your health? Just want to see if I'm the right fit? Right? Call. Fill out this information. Request information. Something like that. Stat page is important. Okay. Before we go into question and answer time, I want to really drive home this point that all of this information that I'm talking about is totally relevant to your competition. If your competition had the worst websites on planet Earth, then you don't need to have a beautiful website, right? It'll help, right? Because, why? Your competition, like the visitors will compare you to your competition and then gauge their perception of the quality of your service based off that. So take a hard look at your competition. Do they have more reviews than you? Do they have a better looking website than you? Are they found more easily online? If so, you are losing business, period. There are people that are looking for your services that are going to your competitor because their perception of your competitor is, they're better. They have 36 5-star reviews and you only have 13, right? Number 2, be the best. Reviews will come. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we're like, oh, I can't get more reviews. I've already asked everyone. They're not leaving reviews. Just Operate with honesty and integrity and provide real value to your members, and they will leave you reviews. Like I know that here we're talking about website conversions and we're talking about technical things, but so often we think that we can just trick the system, and the system, Google, wants to promote quality, reputable businesses. So just be the best, right? That's what we want, and I would say focus on that. Like at this point, I'm like, okay, here's all the stuff I can do on my website. Do I do it myself, or do I outsource it? Do I pay someone to do it for me? And of course, I think you should pay someone to do it for you. I sell websites. Of course, I want you to do that, right? But think about it from like a business standpoint. Every hour you spend figuring out Google, you are not spending on being the best fitness professional and serving your clients. So it's a time management thing, and it's an investment thing. And like I said in the beginning, spending money on your website isn't a bad thing if it gives you a positive return on investment. And like I said, I like that guy, Jake Thompson, Access Training Studio down in Gainesville. He made $11,000 off his website, and he is not paying $11,000, trust me. So view your website as an investment. Invest your time in yourself and your fitness business. Be the best, reviews will come. And like I've been saying all along, perception is reality. You may be the best fitness business in your area, but if your website looks worse or performs worse than your competition, right, your community doesn't know that. So how can you help your community know that you really are the best and they should be doing business with you, right? Have a web presence that reflects that well. So you got some homework. Number one, does your first fold have a clear value proposition, or are you just talking about yourself? Okay, just look at it, and if you're unsure, ask a friend that's unrelated to your business. Ask your mom, what do you think about my website? Know where your traffic comes from. This is a very easy thing. If you don't know how to view your analytics, I can help you, right? I got a way that you can get in touch with me afterwards. If you're paying someone to do your website, you should ask them, give me this data. And then improve or add a reviews page. And I would call it reviews because people that are searching for your business are searching your business name and then the word reviews. They're not searching the word testimonials or success stories or anything. They're searching reviews. So give them what they're looking for. It's reviews. Couple things. I just went over a lot of information, guys. This stuff may be right up your alley, and you can take it and you can implement it on your sites, and that's awesome, and I'm all for that, right? However, I sell websites. This is what I do for a business, and I've partnered with EZFacility to do two things. Number one, integrate my websites into EZFacility so that leads that are generated seamlessly flow into your EZFacility software. That's number one. Number two, if your website isn't making you money, you need to go to 97display.com, stalk me, go to 97display.com/EZFacility. You need to request information, and we'll do a free website review for you. So I'll look at your website, and we'll say, I think you need to do these things. And we can also talk about if you are at the point in your business where it's time to outsource it, and you're like, listen, I know I need it. I just don't know if I should pay you or pay the dude down the street. Give me a chance to talk about why our product I think is the best. In fact, you're going to save almost over $400, right, by being an EZFacility customer. EZFacility clients get a $97 setup fee with this coupon. Don't worry about writing down the coupon. I'll email it to you when you go to 97display.com/EZFacility and you request information. It's the best way to get in touch with us. You'll learn a little bit more about us, and we can have a real conversation about your internet, your website needs, and whether or not we would be a good fit to do business together. So the cool thing about 97 Display is everyone's like, oh, how much do you cost? How much do you cost? Okay, we cost less than the amount of money you will make, right? And that's the cool thing about us. It's an interesting product that provides a positive return on investment, and there's literally minimal risk. We've integrated with EZFacility, so you've got a seamless flow, and it's great. Okay, so go to 97display.com/EZFacility, request information, and do a free website review, and we can talk about all that stuff. So now let's talk about question and answer time. So there is a wonderful question box that is being terribly underutilized, and no one has typed any questions. So I almost wonder if there's a way, maybe there's a setting. Have we limited it? Do you know that, Brian?
No, everything should be good. You should be able to just
Okay.
type a question in.
So people are just blown away with all this content, and they are unable to type in questions. We probably have a lot of audio-only people that have called in and listened to the audio. If that's you, I'm going to send out the slides to everyone that registered for this webinar. So you'll get these slides because they're really valuable slides, and they're I think they're cool looking. I made them, and you can view them at your leisure, and we can go over that. And there's the coupon code in there. There's also 97display.com/EZFacility where you can request information. And yeah, so any questions out there, type in your questions into this box, and that will be great. Dun, 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 dun. And if there are no questions, then what you can always do is get a free ebook with all this information by texting 97display to 313131. Right? It's a really cool ebook I put together. It's got some cool fitness information. It covers all this stuff. And I will also email these slides to you. So, Brian, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question that I hear a lot. So we mentioned how far having positive reviews can go, right, and how that can really help you in your rankings. But what if you're taking over for old ownership and you're actually inundated by negative reviews, not on your website, but out there on the internet, and you can't really get a lot of reviews on your website? What can you do in terms of your website to kind of change the perception?
Yeah, so this particular question has to do with I'm taking over a business or I'm a new manager and I've got a bunch of bad reviews out there about my business. So two things. First of all, you need to gauge the severity of it, right? Does this business name come with a bad connotation? Is it repairable? And the way that you repair it is operating with honesty, integrity, doing well, training yourself, investing your time in your business, and doing a good job of getting positive reviews. And then on top of that, if it's bad, you can always rebrand. And if you rebrand, you have a new business name, you can start fresh, and everything will start fresh. So that would be, that would be a potential solution for you, is rebranding. There's really no way for you to clear out negative reviews. You can't get Google to delete them, and you can't get Facebook to delete them. So best practices are respond to them, be reasonable, right, and then try to build up some 5-star reviews to do that. And if it is too bad, you might want to consider rebranding if you just purchased a business with bad reputation.
Sure. Okay, and then I see there is a question here from Richard, and he is mentioning what are some other routes in terms of things he can do with his website to increase his Google ranking for free, outside of just the reviews?
So he's asking specifically, how can I improve my search engine optimization? And man, that's a loaded question. So I would need to look at your website to give you some specific ways that you can do that. There's many things. There's on-page SEO, there's off-page SEO, and I just don't know your current ranking and your current situation. So what you should do is go to 97display.com/EZFacility, and you should request information so we can get in touch, and I can actually do a free website review. And legitimately, if I can just help you with a couple SEO techniques or tricks, or provide a little bit of light on where the trouble thing is, that would be great. I would love to do that for you. So 97display.com/EZFacility and request information.
All right, and then I see T-Roll asked how he can get, or they can get the slides for review later. Tim, like you mentioned, is going to be sending the slides out, and then I will be sending a copy of the video after the webinar.
Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. So every single person that's registered will be getting an email from me just with these slides, so they can review them later, and it's a way for us to get in touch. If you have big, broad SEO questions, I can definitely help answer those, as well as little things like whatever. So I'm definitely here to help. I could talk about what our EZFacility integration looks like and how that could help your automation process and help improve your conversion rate. So yeah, so be looking for those emails, and let's start some conversations where I can get to know you all better.
And then I think there's just two more questions. One from Amber, and she's asking about, other than the gold stars, is Google Plus really worth the extra time? She doesn't really know a ton of people that use Google Plus.
Okay, so let's clarify. I'm not talking Google Plus like the social media platform, right? Nobody uses it. I'm talking about Google Plus, Amber, on the maps, right? But see, it's called Google Plus for Business, so that's a great clarification point. This business listing is of utmost importance. I cannot tell you how much more money you will make if you have a #1 maps listing with built-out reviews. This isn't a profile, right? This isn't you on Google Plus profile sharing links to kittens. This is Google My Business, Google Plus for Business. So you can Google search that. And there's a lot of confusion on what this product is because Google has been evolving it like crazy. So if you'd like to, I can help say, hey, you have a page, it's buried underneath, it's nowhere to be found, and I can help diagnose that for you and point in the right direction of getting control of that page and building it out. And does that make sense? Like, did I clarify that question for you? Like, because every business in your town is using Google Plus Member Business. They just don't know it. Google will automatically create business listings and then stick them up there, and that's why we have so many business listings with no reviews, because they have it but they're not using it. So hopefully that provides some clarification. There is profile, like individual Google Plus. That's not what I'm talking about. This is business Google Plus, a business listing.
Sure. That clarified it for Amber, but then Gina actually is curious as to where do we actually find our Google Plus business listing?
I would search. Well, if you don't know where it is, it's either that you don't have one, or you don't know how to find it, or someone made one a long time ago. So what I would do is either search the name of your business, or you can search your address, your physical address, and so that's a good way for it to pop up. Or just search your keywords like this one, personal training in San Diego, and then click on more results and scroll until you find your page. The reasons why I love it is, like I said, Google is incentivizing it. They're in competition with Facebook, so they're pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. This is for people that are previously unfamiliar with your brand, and they're searching generic keywords, and then they see your maps listing and they know you exist. So that's the benefit of it, and it's free. You're not paying anything. So.
All right, and then just one last question from Andrew. He understands that we talked a lot about Google, and that Bing and Yahoo are also drastically underutilized compared to Google, but is there anything specific that you would recommend to kind of get the Bing and the Yahoo crowd, or is everything you're mentioning here translate across all three?
Typically, the other search engines, they follow Google's lead. And so if you're good on Google, you'll be good on the other search engines. But I mean, at this point, you're talking about 20% of the market share for search volume. So it's like, how much effort are you going to put into that? To me, it's unimportant. I don't even care about it, and I'm a search engine optimization. Now, that's what I do for a living. I do websites and SEO. So it's important, but I mean, like I said, they follow Google's lead. So if you're good on Google, it'll be the same thing. The same principles and best practices apply over there.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
I think so.
Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, for attending. I really appreciate it. I hope to get to know you better. If you guys want to connect, we can go to 97display.com/EZFacility, where there's a wonderful page that talks a little bit about our partnership and a little bit about what our integration looks like, and you can request information to get these slides and connect with us. So thank you all. Look for the recording in your inbox and these slides in your inbox, and I hope to talk with you all soon.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks so much, Brian.